Starbucks employee writes pig on cop's cup. Corporate responds. A police officer was shocked to see that a Starbucks barista had branded the coffee cups with the word pig instead of his name after he had ordered beverages for the dispatchers who work with him. But as soon as the incident gained widespread attention, the corporate headquarters addressed the matter and provided an unexpected reaction, as Shantz Olukolahome, a police officer, went to a nearby Starbucks and placed a number of sweet drink orders as a thank you for the dispatcher's hard work. When his order was called, he picked up the drink carrier and went back to the station, only to find that the name he had given the barista minutes earlier was missing from his ticket. Johnny Omaro, the head of police in Kefir, was not pleased to learn about it either. The officer's name was substituted with the word pig in bold form on the beverages. Outraged by the prejudice that one of his officers experienced at the hands of an unknown individual, the chief resorted to social media to bemoan the idea that workers may no longer serve clients without expressing their political views. One of my on-duty cops decided to do something kind for our dispatchers, according to Blue Lives Matter, Omaro wrote. This is what he gets for being nice. The manager at the Glenpool Starbucks informed Omaro that they would be happy to replace the coffee with the right label when he contacted to voice his concerns. The chief, however, rejected, subsequently stating that he was too leery of the possible service. Corporate didn't handle the issue until after Omaro's tirade over it. The chief added, "What bothers me is the complete and utter disrespect for a police officer who is out on patrol in a small town instead of spending time with his family at home enjoying a meal and a football game. Please just pour the coffee." Do we really have to express ourselves in order to do something as basic as pouring a very expensive cup of coffee these days? According to reports, the business expressed regret to Omaro and said it had started an internal inquiry. Starbucks acknowledged that they had fired the employee after originally suspending them while the inquiry was being conducted. The lady who was fired, nevertheless, has since made her own complaint public. Lola Price, a former Starbucks manager, claims that she was unlawfully fired due to the pig branding, according to Kay. She disputes that the label was printed, saying that a barista inserted the name and the business was just trying to find a scapegoat for what was becoming a disastrous PR situation. I was terminated from my position because Starbucks was looking for someone to take the blame for this and to save some face from their company. Price, according to her, was a manager at the cafe for 9 months before being abruptly fired. She claimed to the local media that Chief Omar's phone call concerning the label was how she learned about the event. She clarified that she subsequently made an effort to make things right by providing a substitute beverage. They to make it seem like they were right on top of everything, which they are, but they terminated me from my position with no cause, she stated. I have never experienced any kind of disciplinary action or anything like that. I don't know why they would fire me from my job. Price maintains that she has never had any problems with the corporation and that the company exploited her as a scapegoat to protect the reputation of the brand. The corporate office claims she was responsible for the label's printing, but she insists she had nothing to do with it. Starbucks' Jory Mendez said, "This is completely unacceptable, and we sincerely apologize to the law enforcement officer who experienced this. Additionally, we have apologized to him directly, and we are attempting to get in touch with the police chief in order to convey our regret," claimed C2. The barista has been placed on leave while we look into this incident further. This language is offensive to all law enforcement and is not representative of the deep appreciation we have for police officers who work tirelessly to keep our community safe, said Chief Omar. Later, the worker who had printed the derogatory label apologized to him, saying the term was intended to be humorous. Nevertheless, he refrained from identifying the offender or their role at the cafe. Chief Omar is appreciative of the company's apology and the efforts it has taken to put things right. He does, however, state that he will not be going back to the cafe because he is worried that there could have been more tampering with his order than simply the label. Price continues to insist on her innocence, blaming the incorrectly labeled drink on an unidentified barista, but Starbucks has strengthened its resolve to fire the former manager, raising questions about who may have been engaged in the event.